Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to Marvel and anyone who's involved with Marvel Genius Code. You're going to see why I did what I did. When my dad passes away, James Pilkington, just for the circle of life, like there's a couple things that are going to happen. He served in Vietnam. He was a U.S. Vietnam War veteran and hero. He served in Puerto Rico. Typically in life, just like Tom Monahan and all that, and you know, if you were in the military for real, you ended up being like rich, like you were a hero. Like you can see people who were rich were heroes, right? You could see it, like people who were rich in the that were from the military, like they must have someone saw them going into the office, someone saw them in camp. They must have been working hard and it spread and they got a good job. Like there's a reality to being an American hero. That's the point of what I'm saying. This is to a stranger, so I'm going to be right when I say it. It goes down in history that someone who served and fought for our freedom and served to protect the United States of America and its ideals. This country is built on meritocracy. So I appreciate everything he's done. So it'll go like boom, right, in the space-time continuum. It'll get bigger, right? It'll be Mr. Pilkington. Well, there should be like a parade, right? I'll probably be forced to talk about my dad, like, at these schools, like Mr. Pilkington, remembrance, probably do a bulletin. It's so extraordinary of a story that, honest to God, it's worth a movie, bro. It's me standing up for my father. It is worth a movie, honestly. That's how I feel. So when my dad passes away, you're gonna see people. It's gonna get kind of like. You're gonna see me like get maybe not fitter, but you're gonna see me get a little bit smarter. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Right, like church smart, like spreading smart, like getting, to celebrate. There's a church called Celebration Church. It's a vacation church down by Fifth Avenue. You're going to see me go down there, spread down there. See me spread in probably a couple more churches with the permission of people but you're going to see me like be in a radius like all the time and giving people hope because, right, when my father, it's like a president, right, transferring to paradise in heaven. It's a beautiful thing. And it's I've processed it many times. I've processed my father passing many times, and I had to come to terms with it in I think 2012. But then it really kicked into me in college. So I went to Wittenberg. When I said no to I'm not going to go into that, but I lived my life thinking my father wasn't here. So you're going to see. Look at how like advanced I is. But watch, when an alpha leaves, I've said this multiple times, and I want everyone to just. If you can make it better, I've encouraged people to look into Columbia College. If everyone can be on the same page in the company, once you get to about 30 to 40, it becomes a lot harder for a lot of employers if they're trying to make money. It's hard for them to sell you to a stranger. If you apply to Columbia College, they can sell you, you're a commercial for Columbia. You're a commercial for Columbia, right? And then Columbia University. So if they can sell that you got accepted and you can show the letter and the proof. They could just verbatim because it's true. It could just spread around and you could give them about 10 to 20 years of good work, right? That's what I was most worried about, but it's because people got so used to my dad being here. He's like over 70 years old, so people got used to someone that's alpha being here for 70, even Tom Mina being here for 70 years, and when the absence of it falls, you must, right? Grant Cardone is picking up for you. It needs to replace it. So when they're like, Isaiah's dad, that's why I did what I did, and I want to encourage people. And this is for my family around the country. This is to a stranger. I want you to have more faith that I'm an American citizen. I want you to have more faith that you make every dime when you're an American citizen. And I want you to have faith that this is a country that is built on meritocracy. So with that being said, Isaiah has a presence of alpha energy once my dad passes. Like, it's not going to be like a massive shift. Because when I went to Wittenberg and I came home to Florida, there was a massive, like, whoa, like, not that people wanted to change, but it's like there wasn't any bit of love the way, like, it just, no, don't worry, there was love, but I'm just doing the customer always right, but it wasn't the exact same. So I went high on the national ranking, and I made sure, like, football-wise, you could say he was good at football. You could say he has fit, so I do intermittent fasting. I'm healthy. I figured out how to stay in shape. I'm on a diet plan. I get good food. I'm in a safe environment called Naples Alpha State of the Sheriff's Office. Most of them are military, served our country, and they're on their toes, but they can't see everything. They can only see what's in front of them. So there's just off topic. There is a reality where some people will distract people, right? Distract people to commit a crime on the other side of the city, and that's happened in Detroit. I don't know if it's happened here. I'm sure they've briefed them, but there's indirect crime. There's making a little bit of a commotion over here when there's a massive commotion over here. So that's why they've told people, like, only because of the metropolitan and community, this was more important, but you cared about this so much that we're going to prevent you from making that such a big deal, and we're only going to prioritize this because this is what we said. But we're still going to do that, but these people are responsible for that. So you guys have to call the police department. We have security teams on there, but that's just the customer's always right to that reality. I want you to see this as like, oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with owning a skate rink, or nothing wrong with an entertainment company. Like, you have a room full of pinball machines, you have an arcade, you have a bowling alley, you have go-kart. Like, if you know King Richard or know what King Richard's was in Naples, Florida, there's nothing wrong to that with the stranger. So also I want you to let you know, this is not the same thing. Like, this is an Alpha Energy entertainment company is like Spotify. Entertainment companies, like, you have big names like, you know, Warner Bros. You have big names like Netflix. You have big names like AMC. You have big names like the Walt Disney Company. You have big names like Marvel Entertainment. So because it's entertainment, right, it's like I'm giving you guys good feelings, but the Alpha Energy does not come from me making money. The Alpha Energy comes from me being in something for a very long time. It should look like I am like Paramount. Paramount has this sort of feel to it that it's been around for a while. So when you see an entertainment company, and this is one of the hardest things you could I don't want to get too much into why I went in this, but you're gonna see it. It's gonna be more like, it's like something happened in the space, and then you just see Isaiah replaced it with like entertainment. A festival is like Disney, right? Ultra is like Disney. Well, they don't tell you that, right? Using a reference point, if you guys know who Gerald from Loyola is, shout out to their school. G-Eazy, that whole business model of having a disc, like entertainment company, you sell TV shows, you can sell music videos, music games, and movies or films. So this was like, he had a compilation, he had a digital product called These Things Happen. I got introduced to it, but he had other things too, like digital entertainment, like Must Be Nice, and then further back there was like an LP. And then you go back, Endless Summer, and then probably further back there's other stuff. Like, so when you create a digital product, or you own a studio like FL Studio or Logic Pro or Studio One or whatever you're using, like Audio Evolution, GarageBand Mobile, FL Studio, whatever you're using, like to compile things, Pro Tools HD, or Pro Tools 12, or whatever you have. You buy that studio, you own it, and then you create that digital product. It's like a CD. And then once you merge, or he'll be like, once you merge, right, he'll explain this, but once you make the ideology that you want to merge with entertainment, right, you want to merge with it, you're like Disney. You're like everything else. Don't think like a store, but think like Disney World is a festival. So he's like Lucasfilm. This is the package of music videos, and I want you to see it like, and they didn't say this, and I want to be careful, I don't want to narrate it, but let's just say hypothetically, this is what he was trying to accomplish. He wanted to create music videos, right? He wanted to create music videos. So entertainment companies, music videos. So he produced music videos. You can see it in the These Things Happen. So he's an entertainment company. I don't want to get too much of it, but like produced music videos, right? And they're produced very well. And he merged with, you know, festival. And when he merged with the festival or whatever, they encouraged him to merge with or whatever happened, or he freely thought as a CEO, I'm going to merge. He became like Disney or Lucasfilm, because Lucasfilm has a thing called Star Wars, and then they have the live action. So you have the disc, and then you have the live action performance of something, which was genius. So you're gonna see that's what Isaiah was trying to do. Like, and it's very. I want to keep telling you this. It's one of the hardest things to do by yourself, and by yourself meaning like It's one of the hardest things. It's one of the entertainment, like grasping the logic behind why you'd want to be one. But they're gonna unscramble my words. I want you to have more faith. I want you to have even more faith. Like in everything, you're gonna have more. You're gonna want to have more, even more faith. Like the founding fathers. If I was writing my name on the Declaration, which I would, and I've shown people that I would write my name on the Declaration of Independence. I'd be writing in everything you have more faith. In everything you're going to wish you had more faith. Right inside my name, but there's nothing wrong with being an entertainment or being an entertainment. It's like I'm giving people good feelings. Marvel, people forget. Stan Lee, that's just a piece of paper with art. And then they produced a film. And then that film was a commercial for, it was like they brought when people believed in the stuff, they brought it, fan service, they brought it to the big screen, bro. It's all, I mean, it's more complicated than that, like the timing of things and the preparation and the licensing, but it's one of the hardest things to do. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, I just wanted this to be a genius code. Like, I think, I'm kind of messing with my words, but I just want you to hear the genius code of me, like, explaining that this is been like my first production has been like Iron Man. Like after my first talking to people like Genius Code, when I dropped my first production in 2013, that was like Iron Man. This has been like Paramount since 2013. So the alpha energy is that I've been doing something for a very long time and I have experience. That should be enough for people. That should be enough for people. Peace out, Genius Code.